All right, good morning, everyone. This is your resident yapper, no, Mav. And siguro I'd just like to express and try to decompress certain areas in my personal life that people are being curious about. Why is it that up to this time I'm not married yet? I'm like approaching my 36th year of existence in this earth. Yet, I'm not with anybody else. What am I talking about? What I'm trying to say is, I'm not married yet. I'm not with anyone right now. And, well, there was quite an attempt on my end, but there's many realizations that I have had in life, especially when it comes to rushing onto certain things just because of pressure from the people around. And one of the things that I've realized into trying to connect with a person again to such level of intimacy, it's always going to be a risk. There's going to be that risk of yourself allowing somebody to take hold of certain levels of your emotions. And sometimes it doesn't always work to your benefit. There are actually advantages, like there's somebody that you can talk to so easily. Meanwhile, of course, having another person means having another set of brain, uh, well, that you have to deal with. A person from a different walk of life, a person from a different history, a person that's not like you when it comes to the way that you deal things, events, circumstances, the way that you deal with those. You may be so different from that person, yet you've allowed that person to come into your life. And sometimes it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies. And that's a reality, that's a truth that we have to accept. And we have to understand that when you are willing to take the risk of allowing somebody to affect your day, your emotions, the way your day is gonna go, well, if you're ready with that, then go for it. By all means, do what you wanna do. One of the things that I've realized, trying to connect with somebody again, I was not willing at all to be disrespected in such a way. Of course, having somebody in your life, letting that person cross to a certain level, like it or not, you become vulnerable to the person. And sometimes vulnerability takes you to reveal, because it's not all the time then that you're gonna act so mature and all that, because deep inside all of our maturities, there's something inside there that needs, and there's that child in you, or probably because we have Christ, and to people who believe in Christ and Christ working in you, Christ helping that inner child of yours be healed. But chances are there are still areas in you that haven't healed fully yet. And when you allow somebody who is, let's say, on the same position as you are, having some unhealed areas in their lives and getting into your space, causing such disturbances around, it's gonna be hard. That's a harsh truth that we have to accommodate, especially when you have decided that it's time for you to be in a relationship. Because being in a relationship means you have to work it out together. And sometimes it's as easy as it is to say, working it out with somebody, it's not as easy as you think. It's gonna be a conundrum of all kinds of emotions, from positive to negative. And if you're willing, and if you're so willing to go through that certain kind of turbulence in your life, emotionally, physically, whatever there would be, uh, that's gonna be involved in that tornado of a relationship. Well, if you're ready, it's gonna end up really good. When both of you are mature already, you've both grown up already. Sometimes we have the tendency to rush over things because of the pressures of the people around us. You're not ready yet, the person's not ready yet. You've not fully grown yet, the person's not fully grown yet. Then you get together. Sometimes it's like if you've seen a seedling, a little plant that's been planted on certain plastic bags alone. They're meant to be alone because they can grow better when they are alone. But if there are two seedlings, or little plants on one bag, they can compete for the nutrition from the bag. What's gonna happen? So either one of them would be stunted, or both of them cannot grow optimally to their optimum, or to their best. So point is, sometimes it's best to grow by yourself alone to a certain level of time, until such time that you've grown well enough, you've matured well enough, that when that time comes, somebody comes into your life, you won't be competing to the same nutrition anymore. So mas ligon, di ba? And it's gonna be stronger, both of you supporting one another, than rushing into things. It's like two little seedlings being planted on one single planting bag, competing for nutrition. It's gonna end up really tragic. None of you are gonna grow. And point is, you might even be in a situation that you might be hurting one another. So might as well, if you really are concerned of somebody, let them grow alone. Let them navigate their search about who they are. Because honestly, no one of us, no one of us has the power to help out another person towards discovering who they are. It's going to be a process of themselves, a lot of self introspections, and a lot of learnings from Christ, from God, who's going to help them out find who they truly are. And if you take that responsibility rather towards the growth of that person, thinking that you're gonna be that special person who's gonna bring that person of yours towards self identification and self realization of who they truly are, that's not your thing to do. That's not your role in their lives. It's gonna be ultimately them dealing with God and having the Spirit of God helping them discover who they truly are. And when the time comes, that when they're ready, and I mean, God's gonna orchestrate everything in such a way, nothing is forced, nothing is coerced, nothing is at all influenced by the pressures around. A lot of the problems right now that we actually have, I've grown to realize that a lot of the heartaches that we actually have right now is simply a result of us getting ahead of ourselves, even to such a point. Unha na to ang Diyos. Like, we rush over onto things, even beyond God's timing, even beyond what God definitely says the right time is. Just because we're too enamored of a person, we're too enamored of the person, we're too busy dealing by ourselves certain actions, just because we are so pressured towards achieving something that people actually are pushing us towards, even at the cost of our unreadiness. Probably My advice for everyone is to wait it out. Love yourself more. Understand that those who follow Christ, those who follow the command of Christ, those are the people that God would reveal Himself, being in union with Christ. As you love Christ, as Christ loves the Father, you yourself are loved by the Father and Christ. So, discover yourself first. Learn to accept that you are loved by God first. Because when you do, you'd be full. When you are full, I mean, when you've accepted, when you've realized the reality that you are loved already in Christ, that you are complete already in Christ, that's when the time that you've learned to love yourself. When you've learned to love yourself, it's easier to have people come into your life. Because if you've not fully loved yourself, it's hard to love other people around. That's something probably that I've realized through all the pains that I've been through in my life. Yeah. Acceptance and learning the reality that regardless if people come in or not in your life, you are complete. That's the best thing. That's the best mindset that you could arrive onto. That in Christ you are already complete. I think that's the pinaka basic situation to be in, that you could say that you're already ready about letting somebody come into your life. You know why? Because in Christ you're complete already. Unless you've found your completion in Christ, nobody in your life, nobody that comes into your life could ever make you feel complete. So point is, find your completeness in Christ. And when you can find your completeness in Christ, everything shall follow. Seek the ways of the kingdom and everything shall be added to you. Don't rush onto things. Learn to prioritize what you have to prioritize. Not only grow physically by age, not only mentally, but most definitely spiritually. Because when people immature enough come into your life, they can hurt your ego. They can destroy your character, even if you think that you're so mature enough already. Accommodating somebody that's not ready yet onto your life will certainly exhaust some of your energies. And when that time comes, you will begin to question who you truly are. You begin to question how respectable of a person that you are, just because you've allowed certain people who's not on that level of growth yet to affect your identity. Because definitely whatever comes into your life would suck some of your energies. That's a reality. They will draw some of your energies away from you. And there's nothing that you can do about that. Because that's how things work. That's very basic law of thermodynamics. If we go by physics and psychologically, that's how things happen. People come into our lives, and well, they're there for the taking, like it or not. And if you have nothing to give, you'll be exhausted. So grow. Tubo sa. When the right time comes, pray to God, they bring that certain people onto your life that's ready for you. Because when people are drawn by God towards you, if it's God's timing, it's gonna be good for you. But if you rush into things just because of pressures from around, you're exposing yourselves towards the pitfalls of rushing. My 2 cents to all of you. Bye bye.